What's up, everyone? Welcome to Cornell's World Cup podcast show with me, Cornell B. Before I get in the video and before I go any further, I want to say thank you to everyone that has subscribed, liked, and commented in the comments box. Make sure you keep on smashing a like, commenting on my content, and also liking as well and subscribing. Thank you very much for doing so. So let's get into it. So last night, England played against Ghana in Boston, Massachusetts, knowing that a win would still guarantee our place in the round 32, and we would top the group and obviously win the group. Despite that, we've got to play against Panama this Saturday coming. But honestly, I've got to be honest. It was a bored draw, a bored game. It wasn't good. It wasn't great. Two changes were made by Thomas Tuchel. He came in for Stones, and O'Reilly was pulled to the bench and brought in by Jed Spence, who came in for O'Reilly. And to be honest with you, I got to tell you, the performance last night was not great. Last night, it wasn't good enough at all. Yeah, 5-10 minutes, 15-25 minutes of the game, everything was Ghana, and you got to give credit to Ghana. Ghana was the better team. They were the better team in the first half and the second half, despite the changes that Thomas Tuchel made. Yeah, we had some moments. The lack of chances we had in the first half was not good enough. Yeah, I mean, look, listen, Madueke. Yeah, going forward he was good, but no goals, no chances created compared to the likes of Kane and obviously Gordon. But seriously, for me, in my opinion, yeah, if I had to pick out any players that were good, would have to say Kane and Bellingham. Yeah, Anderson in the midfield. I didn't understand why Anderson had to come off in the second half, because I wouldn't have taken off Anderson. I would have taken off Bellingham and put Rodgers. But the first half was just absolutely dead. It wasn't great at all. It was lack of quality. It was poor. It was just frustrating last night against Kuwait, against Ghana. Yeah, Ghana were the better team. They played a solid defensive low block, and we couldn't get past the defense. We didn't offer anything. Kane looked isolated. No service was getting into him. The amount of chances we had in the first half, the free kick, I didn't understand about Declan Rice taking it, because I would have rather have Reece James actually take the free kick, to be fair. Yeah, but there was no service going forward. Yeah, none whatsoever. It was like the players looked non-existent. Even when we tried to get into good spaces to try and put some of our players through, it wasn't working. It wasn't working. Yeah, it wasn't working. And we have to thank Konza as well, because if it wasn't for Konza at the back, and it wasn't, especially when Pickford came out of goal, yeah, we could have been beaten 1 or 2 goals against Ghana. Then that would even be even more embarrassing. Yeah, we're top of the tape. We're top of the group. But performances like this, that's not good enough. And you've seen all these underdog teams like Cape Verde, and you've seen all like Japan and all of them. They put in outstanding performances, but they play as a team and they work together. They don't rely on individuals. And if this was against Argentina or a France or a Spain or any of these big teams, we'll get cut open. Because you can't sit down there and tell me none of those players didn't put in a good performance. I mean, despite that Bellingham was given man of the match, but he wasn't at his best either. I mean, honestly, it's so difficult to pick out who was good and who wasn't great. Yeah, we were solid at the back. Yeah, we got cut open a couple of times, and when Jordan Pickford got tested. Yeah, and then 0-0 at halftime. You're thinking, okay, let's see if Thomas Tuchel makes a change, which he didn't make a change at halftime. He kept the same team. It was only in the middle, going towards the middle of the second half, then he made a change. For me personally, I would have put on Rashford and Saka at halftime, to be honest. And for me, the back line, honestly, we got exposed. We got absolutely exposed, despite it was a solid backline performance again. but the performance on the whole was not good enough. Yeah? Anthony Gordon. All this hype about Anthony Gordon, despite that, yes, he's a good player, but right now, Marcus Rashford has got to start against Panama. And then obviously Saka training on his own, and obviously with the Achilles injury that he's been nursing, Saka has got to start. Unless Thomas Tuchel does it another way, start Rashford, and put Madueke on the left. Because when Tuchel switched him to the left, like Madueke looked better playing on the left, and then play Rashford on the right. He could do it that way, yeah? But right now, for me, in my opinion, Saka and Rashford have got to start, yeah? Both of them have got to start. They've got to start against Panama. And then I wasn't so sure about Anderson coming off, because I thought Anderson was pretty good, to be honest. And he was getting in tackles and putting in the passes in. I wouldn't have taken off Anderson. Seriously, I wouldn't. But you've got to try the other players as well. I mean, obviously, Spence had a few moments, but it's the same thing. When O'Reilly came on, it was a bit different. O'Reilly was unlucky when it hit the post. But Kane, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? It came off the post, and you had the chance to score the winning goal. And what do? You skive it over the bar. What is this? With all this hype that's going on. Look, listen, Kane's a great player, don't get me wrong, and he's broken records and done what he's got to do. But the whole team just didn't play well last night. And this is a reality wake-up check for every last one of those England players. You're representing our country. Yeah? You are representing our country. And that is not the performance that we England fans expect. And it was the same thing under Gareth Southgate when we played against Scotland in the Euro 2021. Yeah? Boring, frustrating draw, and the performance was not great enough, was not good enough, and then we went on to the next game to go on and win. And it looks like it's the same thing. Yeah? And then throughout the tournament we did well. Right? That was not good enough. And you have to credit Ghana so much for the hard working performance that they put in. Yeah? Because they frustrated us. Yeah? They frustrated us in the first half and the second half. But for me, if there was changes for the Panama game, Rashford and Saka have got to start. Keep the midfield the same. Rice, Bellingham and Anderson in midfield. And then put O'Reilly back in it. Put Gay at the back. And then put Stones at the back. No offence. We want to see Gay and Stones play. But honestly, Saturday has to be a better performance. Because last night, that was not good enough against Ghana. We were too slow, we were too passive, and we paid the price for that. If you don't put in a good performance, you're going to be in trouble. But right now, I think this hype for Gordon and Madueke, despite they're good players, I think it's got to end now. And Thomas Tuchel has got to put Rashford and Saka in it. Seriously, Rashford has got to start against Panama. Unless he goes Madueke and Saka on both the right and the left. That's the only option he could do it. Because Madueke looked more comfortable playing on the left. No offence. But right now, I'm sorry, Saka and Rashford have got to start against Panama. Because that ain't going to be easy either. But a better performance is needed. Seriously. Frustrated and angry and fuming and seething. Thank you very much for watching Cornell's World Cup podcast show. Thank you very much. Make sure you smash a like. Make sure you leave a comment and tell me your thoughts about last night's game. Thank you very much. Up the England.